Welcome back to the Elvis Conspiracy.
Now, there have been many sightings of Elvis Presley reported all over the country. And we've seen there have been a series of encounters in Ohio, what Monty Nicholson calls the epicenter of Elvis sightings. Now, right now, we want to reinvestigate one of the stories we brought you in our first broadcast.
Is Elvis Presley alive? Our third sighting took place in August of 1988 in Kalamazoo, Michigan. Kelly Burgess was intrigued with reports of Elvis sightings in Kalamazoo, Michigan, and in the summer of 1988 decided to investigate firsthand. Tipped off that John Burroughs, the mysterious owner of a local office building, resembled Elvis Presley, Kelly decided to go to the building and see for herself. Kelly has since passed away, but on a talk show, she described what she saw.
I went into the offices. I went into 4 offices asking for Elvis Presley or John Burroughs. They all looked at me quite incredible. I mean, these business people, and I'm asking for Elvis Presley.
Kelly continued to check out the building until she was intercepted by security personnel and ushered into an office. And there, Kelly believes that she saw Elvis Presley.
I turned around and I looked directly into his eyes. He had on gold-rimmed glasses, a very modified version of what he used to wear. And they were with a slight tint to him. But I looked in his eyes. I mean, he had the Elvis Presley expression in his eyes, which I think most people that knew him are familiar with. I mean, that kind of sparkle. The same shape eyes, same color eyes. And I was stunned. And I said, "You have eyes just like Elvis." I said, "Are you a relative?" He said, "Nope." Then, after he listened to my questions, and just stood there kind of with a very pleasant look on his face, kind of half smiling at times. And just before I walked away, he said, "Yeah, but it's against the law to hoax your death."
Now, as intriguing as Kelly's story was, we needed more verification. In order to find her son, we had to hire a private investigator, and it took time. But as you can see, we finally found Mr. Woolbright. Please welcome Jason Woolbright. Thank you, Jason. Yep, thank you. Good to have you. All right, now, Jason, did you see our first broadcast?
Yes, I did.
Well, I can't help but notice that in the recreation we excluded you, and I assume that was our mistake.
Yes, it was.
I knew that. But in lieu of that, how close was our depiction?
It was very, very similar to the real thing.
All right, in your own words, please, would you just tell us what happened that day?
Sure. My mother had heard some information about Elvis being sighted in Kalamazoo.
Yeah.
And so the two of us decided to go down there and try to find out if there was any truth to that rumor. When we went there, we went to a local restaurant where we had heard that Elvis had been reported sighted there. Mm-hmm. And while we were there, one of the patrons had made a suggestion that Elvis Presley had been sighted at a renovated office building.
So they suggested that you go there, is that the idea?
Correct.
And what happened?
When we went there, my mother went inside the office building and started to talk to a few of the tenants. Mm-hmm. And while we were talking to one of the tenants, this man entered the room and then demanded that we leave the tenants alone and that he escorted us outside.
All right. Do you think that you saw, at that time, Elvis Presley?
I really can't say for certain.
What did the man look like?
He had glasses on with grayish hair and a beard, and he was wearing some jean overalls.
All right. Now tell us, how did it all end?
All right. During the questioning, my mother was asking him some real serious questions concerning the Elvis Presley death. And he was starting to become real rude with answering the questions by just nodding his head or just saying yes or no. Mm-hmm. And then after that, my mother just walked out of the building.
And that was the end of that?
That was it.